guys, how are you all doing? I hope you're having a good Wednesday. I'm actually on Tuesday, however, and that funny luminous patch out there is Corporal. Itching, driving me insane. Yes, itching and itching and itching on the fence post like he does. He likes to itch his chest on it. It nearly gives me like motion sickness. I can't watch him too long because it makes me feel dizzy. He really likes to itch his chest. It's actually, I mean, he's not stood up very well, as you can see. He looks like a giraffe right now, but he's actually not too bad. He's carrying good weight. What? Can't all be about you. Most of the vlogs are about you. He's carrying pretty good weight, I think. He's, you know, he looks good. He's obviously lacking top line and muscle and so on across his back, but I haven't been schooling him, so he's not going to look like a dressage horse. But weight-wise, pleased. And I'm also, I haven't even given him like a brush yet. Also pleased just with his kind of the condition of his coat. It's like it's not too scurfy. He hasn't got any major bald patches currently. I mean, a few little bits here and there, but really, you know, going from summer to autumn is Coop's tough time. He really struggles. So far, he's looking all right. I know it's only the beginning of autumn, and obviously he's feeling itchy, but so far I'm quite pleased, but most of all pleased with the weight. He's carrying good weight for him, so very happy about that. So I'm going to give him a little like stretchy school today, nice and easy for him. Just find another brush, and it'd be nice. I've kind of got to do a bit more with him, really. I don't know, time's just been running away from me a little bit, and he ends up getting a bit neglected work-wise, which I don't think he cares, because I don't think he actually cares if he gets ridden or not. He's really not bothered, but I want to keep some condition and top line over him, so it needs to be done. Do you know what I was thinking? I'll do this. I'll try and talk and work at the same time. Probably won't happen, but I do need to keep moving. It suddenly dawned on me that it's over a year now, just over a year, since I had my accident off a Sienna, which was last September. And for anybody who's new to the channel, so last September I was riding her in the school doing some chop poles, and she knocked one of the poles, and when I came back around the second time, she just kind of launched over it, and between kind of leaping in the air and smacking me back in the face and then having a bit of a buck and a bronc and so on, decked me, and I ended up landing, unfortunately, right by her back legs, and she kicked out, understandably so. She sort of didn't realise why I was there, but she kicked out and caught me in the side, and being a typical equestrian, I did the whole, oh, I'm fine, like, had to get people to help me get up. I was like, I'm fine, I just need to rest, that kind of thing. It's Coop. And yeah, it was 2 days later when I was like, I'm still not fine, I'm still not feeling very well, but I finally gave in and went to hospital, and turned out I'd broken 4 ribs and two bones in my back, little bones in my back, thankfully not important bones in my back, and one of my ribs had also like caught my liver, so I was having a slight liver bleed, which would make sense because I was so bloated. I remember my stomach being really bloated, and it just, you know when you're like something's not quite right. I did have a kind of, that's one of the reasons I did think I need to go to hospital. So yeah, did a bit of damage to myself. Also had Bell's palsy. If you look back at some of the vlogs, you can hear I have a really bad lisp when I'm talking. That took 6 months to go. But yeah, crazy. Feels like such a long time ago. It's really weird. And I ended up with a month off work, which was not good. But actually totally in awe of my body, because I think by the end of week 2, I was back to mucking out. By the end of week 3, I was back on Mr. Coop, the champ. And yeah, by the end of week 4, back at work riding like normal. And you think, that's just incredible. The body is absolutely amazing. So yeah, can't believe that was over a year ago now. And even more crazy is because, so before that, for anyone really who is like, watch my vlogs right from the early days, what have I done with the mane and tail brush? Where has it gone? There it is. Anyone who watched my channel from the very early days, I never used to vlog to the camera like this. I always used to hide behind it like that and then just talk, because I didn't want to show my face. Understandably so. I mean, this is not a pretty sight. But yeah, never. I didn't want to show my face on camera. I'd like video myself riding, but nothing more than that. And then and I did it for a year and a half like that. And of course the channel didn't grow huge amounts because, there wasn't much of a personal touch to it. But it was after my fall, and while I was at home and like just having more time to think about things, I was like, right, I give up. I'm going to talk to the camera. And yeah, that's one of the one of the reasons I started like vlogging like this, is I was like, life's too short, get on with it kind of thing. So that's kind of crazy. So it's been a year since I started vlogging like this. And oh my god, the channel's grown so much because of it. it made a big difference, like everyone said it would. Anyway, I probably need to concentrate a little bit more, start tacking the old guy up. Let's have a bit of fun in the school. Good morning, guys. How are you all doing? Oh gosh, these fence posts are really stuck in the ground. Just moving the fencing in Bill's pen so he can have a little extra. These two aren't very happy because I need to actually get more electric fencing to be able to make their pen bigger, so they haven't got any new stuff. And Sienna's not happy about it. She's a girl that likes fresh new grass every day, and if she doesn't get it, she messes around and tries to escape and all that jazz. It's the most beautiful, like really autumnal, fresh morning. It's gorgeous out there today. Cold, but love it. Anyway, I'm up early because we're having a very vet day today. So we've got a vet coming at work and they're away, so I've got to be in a... You know how the vet gives you that kind of like the time of like, oh, we'll be there in the morning at some point. I'm thinking, great. Like I kind of need a definite time. So I'll go in early just so I don't miss them or anything like that. And then Sienna's got the vet this afternoon for like a reassessment. So it's been like maybe 7 weeks since she had her back medicated, something like that. It's been a while, and we need to kind of work out if this kissing spine is the issue. Sorry, Bills. Bills is like, stop talking. You've chucked the others out. Chuck me out. I know, it's really mean. I'll be back. Morning, guys. I can't tell you how many times I've tried to film this bit of vlog. I don't know what is wrong with me this morning, but I'm not functioning, that's for sure. I've stopped in the woods with Coco, who's currently having a little snack. It's a beautiful morning. Look, and all the sun's coming through the trees. It's stunning, but I just want this bit of vlog done because it's Wednesday. I need to upload the vlog today. I haven't edited it. I haven't sorted a thumbnail. That week off I had the other day, which I was like, oh, I'll get ahead of the vlogs now and it'll all be good. Yeah, well, that's already fizzled out, hasn't it? Not very good. Look, the sun's poking through. So pretty. Anyway, let's hope no dog walkers come along while I'm simply chatting away to myself. There's lots of like bugs in the air as well. You know, you get all those little fine cobwebs that just like to cover you. Yeah, that's why I keep stopping and starting with the vlogs, so I'm constantly pulling it all off my face. Anyway, we've dealt with one vet this morning. Now to go for Sienna. So a little bit of a Sienna update. She's on week 7 or 8 now of her kissing spine rehab. And I guess feeling a bit disappointed because I don't think we've seen huge amounts of difference from her. I don't think she's gained much condition, top line. It's very difficult because the work we're doing wouldn't necessarily show up some of the issues we had when we were riding her. Because I'm not riding her, we don't see those behaviour things. We're not doing any like much trotting and cantering. So again, it's quite hard to kind of gauge if she's improved or not. But my gut says she hasn't. The little bit of trot we have done with her, I just don't think she looks any different. When we did the Butte trial, there was quite a significant improvement from her, and I was like, yes, you know, there's a difference. She's moving better, she looks freer, her canters were great. There was a real change in her. I'm just not seeing it this time. So there could be 2 reasons for that. One could be that simply medicating her back didn't work and that she needs more help, maybe kissing spine surgery, that kind of thing. The other thing could be simply is that actually the kissing spine isn't the main problem here, and that maybe it's a secondary issue and we need to search a primary problem. So what that could be, who knows? But I tend to be leaning towards the latter. I think maybe something else is going on and we need to investigate more. Something's not quite adding up with her. Like I say, it's really difficult to monitor because we're doing most of the work in walk, but I did finally get a physio out the other day after much searching, and she came up really quickly, which was brilliant and so helpful. And I was really kind of hoping for a miracle in the fact that she would kind of feel over Sienna's body and go, this area feels super sore, maybe this is the problem, like maybe the SIs were still really sore or something like that. Turns out she was just really sore all over. And obviously I felt really disappointed about that because we've done, Coco's having a great time. We've done, 7 weeks of good rehab, the hills, the raised poles, the long reining, the lateral work, everything in hand. So for her to still be really sore over her body, I was like, oh, this is not good. This is not what we want. So we also had another little bit of a spanner thrown in, which is that she was actually a bit unlevel when the physio was here, which I wasn't expecting, and she hadn't been when I last lunged her. So again, you don't know if that's because she's just been a plonker in the field. I don't know if that's because something else is going on. Oh, this journey's going to go on forever, isn't it? But it feels a little bit like fate at the moment, because the other day on one of the Kissing Spine Facebook pages, somebody posted a webinar done by Dr. Sue Dyson, and it was all about kissing spine. And honestly, it was the best thing I've ever watched. It was like she was talking about Sienna. Now, Dr. Sue Dyson is a very renowned vet who has years and years and years experience in performance issues with horses and lameness and things like that. And even though I know she's been struck off for other things and so on, it doesn't take away all her knowledge. And the way she was talking, it just made sense with Sienna that actually I think something else is going on. Quite often with kissing spine, it's not the only problem, and that occasionally, you know, surgery can be done a little unnecessarily, and that you really need to be absolutely confident that there's nothing else going on with your horse before you go down the surgery route. And so that's what I want to do. I want to get my vet to double check, triple check, nothing else is going on with Sienna before we go any further forward with any other kind of possible thoughts of surgery and so on. And actually most of the time with kissing spine, not always, obviously sometimes you do need to go down the surgery route, but rehab really can help and make an improvement. Yes, it might take time, but you know, there's good studies that show rehab really does help. So that's what I want the vet to do. I want us to have another look at Sienna, see if we can pick up on anything else. Thank you, Coco, being quite cheeky there. And just be absolutely sure there's nothing else going on. But from what Dr. Sue Dyson was saying, I think in Sienna's case, there could well be something that's actually a primary problem that we've missed. So yeah, so that is the plan. It's a long journey, isn't it? But for anyone that's going through kissing spine, really do watch. If you just literally search on Facebook, Dr. Sue Dyson, and put kissing spine, watch the webinar, because it really is really insightful and gets you thinking. And if you're not convinced about going down the surgery route with your horse yet, watch that and just, you know, perhaps talk to your vet about it. Make sure you're absolutely confident there's nothing else going on with your horse. Let's see where we go from here, and I'll update you once the vet's been and yeah, we've done a little bit more investigating. So I'm just out riding the lovely little bee now. We're on a driveway, not a road. And we had a horrible situation out hacking. So we were just hacking along the road like you do. And I could hear a cowbell. I think it was a bit unusual. So I was looking out into the field and I saw a dog out there and the bell was on the dog. Anyway, the dog obviously heard Bee's footsteps as she was going down the road. I must say, the dog would be like on the other side of that field. It was quite a long way away. Anyway, it shot across the field and I was thinking, not great, but thinking at least it's in the field. Like, you know, it's obviously going to run along the hedge or something like that. And Bee had noticed, so she was a little bit like, what's going on? Anyway, somehow, I don't know whether it got through a gateway, I don't know if it came through the hedge, dog got out and came running down the road with its bell going like the clappers after us, which obviously at that point did upset little Bee. Fair dues, not a nice situation to have. And I was thinking, this is not fun. Thankfully, didn't get hit by a car. It's so lucky because it's quite a fast road. Anyway, got down to us and then sort of didn't know what to do and sort of just ran circles around us, barking and so on. And I mean, its owner was calling, but I mean, they were quite a long way away. There wasn't really much they could do in that space of time, but horrible. Anyway, I jumped off and kind of shooed it away because I had a dressage whip at least, but not nice in the slightest. I just thought if that had been a young horse, I mean, if I'd been on Sienna, I'd have been on the deck in seconds and she'd have been probably galloping down the road or something like that. I just thought it was so dangerous. So dangerous for the dog, you know, could have got hit by a car, could have got kicked, whatever, but also so dangerous for, you know, Bee and so on. Not a nice situation to be in. It's a twig Bee. Bee's looking at a tiny like twig on the other side of the road. I mean, this is the pony that goes over a motorway bridge, but you know, sees a funny twig and it's like, oh, I don't like that. Thankfully, she was very good about the dog. I thought I'd just pop on and end the vlog there. I'm just about to go in and give Sienna a bit of a groom and brush her tail out and just make sure she looks presentable. Just making sure the yard looks tidy as well. Do you ever get that feeling? A bit tired, tough life. You know, when you're like, when the vets come, you're like, everything's got to be clean and tidy. So just doing that now. Actually, I've just remembered the dustbin's on the driveway, so I've got to go and get that as well. But yeah, I'll leave the vlog there. Sorry, it was such a chatty one, guys. God, I literally just spoke for pretty much 12 minutes flat. Could even be longer than that. Apologies for that. We'll do fun stuff again one day, I promise.